Good morning, church. Good to be with you today. We are in Revelation 22, wrapping up our time in this fantastic book. Let me read this first portion to you. Then he showed me the river of the water of life, clear as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb down the middle of the city's main street. The tree of life was on each side of the river, bearing 12 kinds of fruit, producing its fruit every month. The leaves of the tree are for the healing of nations, and there will no longer be any curse. The throne of God and of the Lamb will be in the city, and his servants will worship him. This is remarkable. Of course, the tree of life reminds us way back in Genesis of the two trees that were named, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Adam and Eve were never prohibited from eating of the tree of life, only of the tree of knowledge. And after they ate that tree from the tree of knowledge, then God said, no, I don't want them to eat of the tree of life. I don't want them to live forever in the stain of this curse. But now the curse is removed. There is no more sin nature. The stain is lifted, and God is going to enjoy perfect fellowship with us forever. His plan for Eden and for humanity is realized as we dwell with him forever. He is not thwarted. And this is something I want to use as our devotional thought today. The plan of God is never thwarted or cast aside or never overcome, even in the midst of suffering and trials, disappointments and heartaches, deep anguish. We look to this point right here and we say God's plan will never be overcome. Even if it looks like it in the moment, God will make a way, because Paul tells us God works all things for good for those who love him and are called according to his purposes. He writes that as a man who did indeed suffer deeply. Jesus, who suffered and is able to sympathize with us, to empathize. He knows what suffering is. So remember, his plan is good and he will bring it about. Like Jeremiah told his people, God has a good plan for you. He wants you to prosper. And so let's continue to trust our God, to delight in these words, and to allow them to give us comfort. I would love to know what you have learned through Revelation. What has stood out to you? What have you learned about the nature of God that maybe you didn't realize before studying this book? I love you, church, and we'll talk to you soon again.